Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Luigiblade, and today we're playing FTL, Faster Than Light. I love this game. It is a roguelike strategy game where you control the crew of a ship, a spaceship. You are the last shred of the Galactic Federation. You have to fight back against the rebels and transport the information that your ship is carrying to the Federation base. Here we have the base ship, the Kestrel. We won't be using Advanced Edition content today. I also have the Taurus. However, I personally prefer to call it the Robo Donut. Here we have the Kestrel. Let's name this ship. Actually, let's take the nameless one. That's an Easter egg. Let's take another look at the Taurus. It doesn't come with any weapons, like actual damage weapons equipped. It has a combat drone. We'll be getting into what drones do later. And the Ion Blast 2. Or Ion Blast Mark II, which disables systems. I'll be getting into what that means later as well. It also comes with Engi Medbot Dispersal. It heals the crew outside of the medbay. Usually the medbay, which is this little thing right here, is the only place you can heal your crew if they get hurt. This is the standard ship, the Kestrel. Doesn't come with any augmentations or drones, but it comes with the Artemis, a missile weapon, which missiles can bypass shields, and the Burst Laser Mark II, which hits twice, but it requires more power than the Artemis, and it can't bypass shields. It also has a low chance of creating fire, but so does the Artemis. Now, first, let's name our crew. I'm gonna call this guy Blade. He's the captain, and I am Luigiblade, so Captain Blade. Maxim. What should I name this guy? I have a tradition of calling characters Namel. That's a corruption of the word nameless. It started when I played Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, before we... Actually, let's just stick with Oni as his name. Or Ani. I have no idea how to say it. Let's see. What should we name our ship? SS... Tube. I'm gonna call it the SS Tube. Or technically, if I'm going for SS, like on a ship, like Starship, then I can't put a dot in there. I'll be playing on easy, because I'm a chicken. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up! Here it has the tip of shield piercing. Missiles ignore shields. Use missiles to damage a powerful ship's shield system. Just remember that defense drones can shoot down missiles. So this here is our SS tube. This blue around it is our shield. We have a limited amount of power in our reactor. But I'm going to fully power our weapons and ignore this remaining slot on the engines. I'm going to explain what each of the systems does. The engines allow you to charge up your faster-than-light drive. The more power going to the engines, the faster it charges. Your shields are self-explanatory. So remember that missiles can bypass those. Your med bay if you take a crew member here, if they were to get hurt, let's take Namel over here and have him walk to the med bay. He's not hurt, so it's not doing anything. But I'm gonna have Namel go back to the engine so he can man them. The system is manned, then it adds a bonus to it. Weapons are manned, which means we have a 10% faster charge. O2, that's oxygen. You need oxygen! You kind of need it to breathe? So, make sure that doesn't get damaged. These are your sensors. They allow you to see all of the rooms in your ship, even if no one's in them. Later upgrades for this can even allow you to see the interior of your opponent's ship. And these are your doors. If I were to click on this door here, it would open. And let's say I wanted to kill everyone on board, so I open the airlocks. That drains all the oxygen from this room. So let's take Oni over here, have him go into this oxygenless room. He'll slowly drain health. I'm gonna put him back in the med bay. That can help with fire. If a room in your ship is on fire, it will continually damage your ship. Here's your hull meter. This is your fuel. Each jump consumes 1 unit of fuel. These are your missiles. Every time you fire a missile weapon like the Artemis, it consumes 1 missile. These are your drone parts. Deploying a drone consumes 1 drone part. We'll get into what that does later, as I said. Over here we have your other systems. Piloting. Every ship needs a pilot to function, which is why we have Captain Blade here. Let's send Oni back to weapons. Your sensors, as I explained. Doors, as I explained. Now, if you want to kill everyone on board, you can do that. But I don't want to kill everyone on board, so I'm going to close all the doors. This is the ship menu. I'm not going to get into all this right now. You can upgrade your systems if you wish, though. I'm not going to do that right now. This is the beacon map. We're in a civilian sector right now. This green line implies that you can jump to this beacon. So if I wanted to jump all the way over here to the exit beacon of this sector, I couldn't. You can plan your route like this, because it shows excuse me. Because it shows the lines of what you can visit here. So let's say I wanted this to be my path. Definitely not the most efficient path, but you want to stop off at all these beacons because stuff can happen. I'm gonna jump. Oh, this over here is a nebula. Going in here will make the fleet pursuit slower. You'll be chased by the rebel fleet. So you want to get out of each sector quickly. But it will disrupt your sensors. I'm gonna jump to this beacon. You arrive near a damaged and dilapidated space station. It appears to be abandoned, but you detect faint life signatures on board. I'm gonna board the station and look for survivors. Human corpses are scattered across the station. You find the source of the signal, a lone survivor that locked themselves in a storage closet. You quickly retreat with them in tow back to the ship, and hope they can recover enough to be of some use. So now, we have a new crew member! Vincent! I'm gonna put him on shields. Because, if someone is manning shields, then they will recharge 10% faster. Oh, over here is a store. I don't know if I have enough scrap. Your scrap is your currency. This is your scrap. Let's see what's at the store. I'm gonna buy some fuel, even though that's picking up scrap. I'm gonna buy more weapons, but I don't see the point in it. I don't particularly want either of those weapons, and I can't afford them anyway. Let's say I wanted to sell the burst laser. Of course I'm not going to do this because I want to keep my burst laser. But if you wanted to, you could do that and get yourself a nice 40 scrap. I wouldn't recommend it, though. I'm also going to buy some missiles. Arrived at a new station. You receive a hail from a station orbiting a nearby planet. Captain, we are Federation Terraforming Team C-12 and are in need of assistance. Do you have some time? I'm gonna offer my assistance. Thank you. We need to scan this planet for life before we can begin terraforming. But our sensors can't get the necessary power to scan through this atmosphere. We've got a schedule to keep. Any chance you can help? I'm gonna attempt to scan it. It seems your sensors are no more powerful than the terraformers. You apologize and continue on your way. Over here we have the rebel fleet. These are under rebel attack. So I wouldn't advise going there. Oh, this is a solar flare place. This beacon is in place too close to a supergiant class M star. Or supergiant class M star. The ship will gradually overheat until you get out of here. Or die. A pirate, apparently oblivious to the danger of the sun, moves in to engage. Alright, this is combat! Now, you can press space to pause. While you're paused, you can still issue commands. I'm going to lock my Artemis onto his shields. Alright, that's locked on. And I'm going to put my burst laser also on shields in case the Artemis misses. Now we wait for our weapons to charge. It's trying to escape. They're offering goods in exchange for surrender. I usually don't take bribes, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna take the power off of Artemis and put it on the on the engines so they can go faster. We want to get out of here before a fire starts on our ship. Solar flare imminent. Let's get out of here! Oh, a distress signal. Okay, we have a distress signal. It appears the distress beacon is coming from the surface of a nearby moon. Your sensors are picking up a single life form. Now this can go good or it can go bad. I'm gonna choose to go down to the surface to investigate. I'm gonna ask if he wants to join the crew. It's a mantis! Okay, so now we have a mantis. Mantis are not like humans. Here we have Blade. He's a human. Humans are common and uninteresting. They're completely standard. But their skills improve faster. The more someone mans something, the higher their skill in that thing will get. Charlie here is a mantis. The mantis disregard for individual lives led to their evolution as a vicious warrior race. In combat on the ship, they inflict 1.5 times damage in combat. They also move 1.2 times faster. But in exchange, they repair things half as fast. This mantis, however, has the individual skill of repairing 10 times faster. Not 10 times, 10% faster. So he still won't repair as fast as Blade, Namel, Oni, or Vincent. But he will repair faster than other mantises. Manti. I have no idea what the proper word is. I'm gonna have him man sensors. I'm gonna take a power unit off of engines now. And run to the other distress beacon. I'm wasting fuel, but distress beacons are worth it most of the time. You follow the distress beacon to a tiny asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. I'm gonna offer assistance. I'm gonna try to shield their ship with mine. They give us 13 scrap. They also died. Despite your best efforts, the civilian ship breaks apart from the constant barrage. You are barely able to break out of the asteroid field yourself. Your ship sustains some damage in the process. You got 13 scrap. And now, let's get out of this sector as fast as possible! Oh, we found a system repair drone. Receive a wideband message. Free schematic samples. Be sure to visit our new military-grade drone store, opening in Sector XR-145. We also got 13 scrap. We don't have a drone system. Over here we can see systems. Because we don't have a drone system, the system repair drone is in our cargo. We can't build a drone system. But I am going to upgrade our shields. Actually, never mind. I'll hold off on that for a bit. Instead, I'm still gonna hold off. I carefully thought it out a bit. Decided not to. You know, check the recording time. Your jump leads to a remarkable binary star system. The view is beautiful, but there's nothing else around. You have a distress signal. I think when we get to the end of this sector, that's going to be the end of this episode. You have encountered a refugee ship drifting in space. It looks as if it was fleeing the rebel advance and ran out of fuel. Its distress beacon is active, but you're not sure anyone is on board, and its communications seem to be down. Prepare to board and investigate, or ignore the ship. I'm gonna board and investigate. This can be incredibly risky. We have intruders on board! This is on-ship combat! As you approach the ship, the other ship's transporters suddenly power up, and your decks swarm with now cannibalistic refugees, driven mad by lack of food. They have turned to feeding on each other, and now your crew is next! I'm gonna pause. Send in Vincent. Now we have a fight. Very exciting, isn't it? Here we can see Charlie doing more damage in combat. Just killed a dude. Oni needs to go to the medbay, and so does Charlie. I'm gonna chill here for a bit. Probably cut until they're all back where they need to be. Okay, everyone's back where they need to be. And finally, we're going to the exit beacon. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Scanners are showing intelligent life forms on a nearby planet. No match for them can be found in the database. Investigate or ignore. I'm gonna take another risk and say investigate. You land a small shuttle in an enormous field, whose only occupants are small, brightly colored, six-legged, horse-like animals. Could they be what your scans picked up? Try to communicate peacefully? Bring some of the creatures on board to sell, or leave. For once, I'm gonna play it safe and say leave. This isn't the time for exobiology. You head back to the ship. And now, to the next sector. This is the sector map! Green means civilian, purple means nebula, and red means hostile. Now, it can be dangerous to go into hostile sectors, but it can also be rewarding. And I try to avoid nebulas at all costs. It looks like I'm gonna take a risk, and though I love the Engi species, I'm gonna go into the rock-controlled sector. And then take this path all the way to the final sector. The rock people have a particularly aggressive stance towards alien races trespassing in their space. You should tread carefully here. Okay, so I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Next time on FTL, Faster Than Light, we'll be exploring rock terrain. See you guys then. You thought that was the actual outro? You're wrong. As I said, next time on Faster Than Light, we be exploring rock terrain and seeing what the hostile sector holds for us. But I'd also like to point out that the backgrounds for this game are really pretty. They're just really pretty! See you in the next episode. If you enjoyed this video, then I'm surprised, because all of my videos are trash! Alright, see you in the next episode. Goodbye!